What's going on, folks? This is Steve, and we are here today live from Race Day Live at Richmond International Speedway for some short track racing today for Sim Racing Unleashed Xfinity Series. Tell you what, the Virginia Shootout is going to be incredible today. Huge field, a lot of drivers looking to get their mark on the season early. It's race number 3 here for the Sim Racing Unleashed Xfinity Series, and we are going short track racing. We are going to have a lot of fun today. I'll tell you what, in practice, a lot of beating and banging, and today is going to be a fun race. Short race, though. 130 laps, that's it. Got to get to the front and got to get there and stay there. A lot of fun tonight for sure. Right now, we're going to go jump down trackside in the middle of qualifying right now. Go down and take a look. Right now, already on the pole, Mark Whitley. You know him. In that 77 Harpoon design racing team machine, looking good right there. Kyle Munson right now also on track. Bunch of drivers have already gone and done their qualify. Oh, Kyle Munson, hold on to it. Already going sideways. Terry Duguay coming out right now in that 14 machine, looking pretty good. Already right now in P17. So far, solid effort right there for him. But again, Mark Whitley on the pole currently. We have a little under a minute and a half left in qualifying. But today, folks, cannot forget that it is stage 1. It's going to be in lap 50. So they're going to go all the way to lap 50. That'll happen pretty quick. 50 laps around this track is not hard to do, and obviously it's very, very quick around here. 3/4 of a mile, so this will definitely happen fast, like we mentioned. So right now, nobody else on track. Looks like Mark Whitley, again, with that provisional pole, with a 22.45, so 0.2 faster than Donnie Honeycutt right now. So very, very fast guys right here. A lot of competition 18 drivers have taken a qualifying lap. A couple of them haven't yet, so looks like they might be waiting here. Maybe looking for some cloud coverage. I know that can definitely be what some drivers do for sure. You want to get that cloud coverage. The track cools down just a little bit extra and gets that more grip. So maybe we'll see how that works here in the next couple of minutes. But hey, I'll tell you what, today's going to be a great time. Last week, again, saw just an awesome race at Rockingham. Zach Deutscher ended up winning that race. And right now, currently on the board of P5 with a 22.68. So really good run right there. I'll tell you what, man, this league is growing and growing. Right now, we're going to have about 25 cars on track. And that's really incredible. So should be a lot of fun today. Cannot wait for that. While we have a break here in the qualifying, excuse me, let's go and quickly thank our sponsors right before we jump into the grid. Come right back. Alrighty, folks, we are here for the Virginia Shootout for the SRU Xfinity Series. And right here, this is going to be your starting lineup. Mark Whitley in P1 for that number 77 Harpoon Design Racing team. Looking good right there. Donnie Honeycutt, P2, and then 21 Cabela's. Greg Wood going to be P3 right now. Also on the thumbnail today, shout out to him in that Wrap Surgeon paint scheme, excuse me. Good looking ride right there, running off P3. John Held, P4 today in that 72. Zach Deutscher, last week's winner, in starting off P5 from that Brant number 7, David Cassidy. Rounding up P6, going to be starting off from that third row, Jeff Gilmore, P7. Looking solid right there. Mark Kochik, number 8 in that 33 machine, looking good today. Tyler Honeycutt, all kinds of Honeycutts today in the field today. You'll see that, all a family. Love that. Starting off P9 in that GameStop number 1. Love that, man. Kyle Munson, rounding out P10. William McKellar, in that 75 Metroid, man. Oh, man, this is bringing me back. We got a GameStop sponsorship. We got Metroid. I'm feeling nostalgic today. I love that. Larry Eddy in that number 12. 32, starting in 12th spot. Looking great right there. Dwayne Honeycutt, rolling off 13th, but in the 27 car. Larry Blair, looking great. Always in that Monster Energy car. Number 73, looking good today. Rounding out 14th. Paul Witt going to be starting in 16th place right there. Looking good. Jason Cavaney starting 15th. Terry Duguay in that 14, rounding out. Starting in 17th place. Danny Story going to be in that 87, starting 18th. Chris Pfaff, number 19, that Exalted machine, looking good today. Cliff Ashley starting 20th place. Jim Kalmsberger, 21st. John O'Brien, that number 8, Filter Time, starting off 23rd. Mike Chamberlain, starting 22nd there, looking good in that Lego machine. Gary Cottle, 24th. Jason Adams, 25th, in that famous 24 Flames machine. And then Robert Chiswick, rounding up the field, 26th place. So a big field today, loving to see that. Richmond Speedway here right now. We're going to get one more lap to go. And then we are going green here today for the Virginia Shootout here at Richmond. It's going to be a lot of fun right now. Big field. Pace car lights are off. Next time by, it'll make that hard left turn down pit road. And we're going to get this thing going. A lot of players today. What can Mark Whitley do? What can the Honeycutts do? A lot of drivers. Zach Joycer in P5, last week's winner. This is a much bigger field than we saw last week. I'll tell you what, this season's starting to wrap up, or get going, excuse me, not wrapping up. We are far from wrapping up. And right now, Mark Whitley is going to be leading this field. Pace car is in. Green flag about to be in the air. We're off. The Virginia Shootout is green. Mark Whitley safely down here in turn 1 and 2. These restarts, gotta watch out for them. Gonna be dicey all day long. So far, everyone getting through these first turns very, very well. Jason Cavany up front. Mark Whitley already having a great day so far. Lap 1. Out to about a second lead. Very, very clean right there. Back in the field. Ooh, you just saw Zach Deutscher getting into the wall on the backstretch. You'll see that turn 2 is kind of climbing the corner here. Very, very loose off the corner. Definitely watch out there for sure. Jeff Gilmore, you'll see it. Single file pretty much all the way through the track already. Otto Balvier still too wide back in the pack. Danny Story on the outside. And the Kolmsberger here on the inside here. You'll see multiple lanes. This is a day race. Richmond typically we see during the nighttime. But daytime, hey, we're going to see multi-groove racing today for sure. Especially once those tires start to wind down and get old. Battle right here, Larry Blair on the outside of Jason Cavany. Gonna make it work right now, looking great. Awesome job today so far. High above the stands in the drone cam, looking pretty good. Jason Cavany making that move right around Chris Pfaff. Makes it happen. Back up front, Mark Whitley. Again, still up front, way up front right now. He is just setting sail in that number 77. Donnie Honeycutt in that 21, holding on pretty strong to P2. Doing a great job right there. Greg Wood follows up. Single file right now. I mean, again, this is one of those short tracks that it's not necessarily like a Bristol or a Martinsville. Kind of races like a mile and a half in a way. But hold on to those tires and just plan your move around the pass. It can be very difficult here for sure. For the back of the pack, a bunch going on right here. Single file, still all the way through. We're seeing Terry Duguay right here getting passed here by Mike Chamberlain. Great job. Back in the pack a little bit. Some issues here for John O'Brien. Still in the back in that number 8. Gary Cottle, that 97. Struggling a bit. I mean, again, some, maybe they're sipping the tire. Maybe they're having some issues. Hard to tell right now, but still long way to go. 135 laps. So Chris Pfaff right here getting passed by Jason Cavany. Well, right on board. You'll get a good situational standing of how this actually works. This lap, very, very tight. Tires are down low right here. A lot of braking into these corners. Great job right there. It's pretty easy to get loose on entry in turn 1. Got to be careful, get into the braking zone. You can see it nice and smooth out of turn 2. Heavy back on the brakes. He's going to catch Larry Blair here pretty soon. Out of turn 3 and 4. Ease onto that throttle. Great lap out of Chris Pfaff right there. For P16. Further up the field, Tyler Honeycutt in the number 1 right there. Looking pretty good right behind William McKellar. Ooh, man, McKellar gets into the wall just a little bit in that Metroid machine. Love that, man. This brings me back all the way. Looking good. Zach Deutscher here. Trying what he can. This is a battle here. Greg Wood. Donnie Honeycutt. Starting to heat up here pretty big for P number 2. What do these guys have right here? A lot of these guys looking pretty even. Zach Deutscher. Trying to get to Greg Wood. Keep in mind, Greg Wood last week looked extremely fast and just didn't quite have enough at the end. Zach Deutscher getting around him and just unfortunately goes on to win that race. I mean, not unfortunate for Greg Wood, but a great performance here by Zach. Going to try and make the move on the inside. Can't quite do it just yet, but Got to stay patient here, especially at this track. Awesome driver there, makes the pass. Crosses the line there. That'll be P3 for him right there. Donnie Honeycutt still up front. Mark Whitley, big lead right now. We're seeing him 2.3 seconds back. Excuse me, ahead of Donnie Honeycutt. Such a great job by Mark Whitley right here in that 77. Lead is getting higher and higher. He said pre-race he felt pretty good here. And obviously right now showing it off. Looking very good. Donnie Honeycutt, P2, that 2.4 seconds back. He can make it up. This stage is 50 laps. Hold on to those tires. Can definitely catch to Mark if he plays his cards right. Zach Deutscher in P3 catching up to Donnie Honeycutt just a little bit. Great job right now all around. Closest battle on track. A couple of them back here. Looking solid. Again, we said earlier, this race really, oh man, again. Into the wall. I think that was McKellar again. Loose conditions. These daytime races, it's hot on track, man. So when you know, coming out of these corners, especially also coming into the corners, you can see him. He's running the high line. Let's ride on board, see if we can figure out if this car is loose or if it's tight, because I've got a feeling it's loose. Oh man, right there you can see it's tight. That wheel is just not wanting to turn anymore. Check it out, turn one. Gets in, has to turn to the right a bit. Broke too late into the corner. Yeah, you can tell this car's tight right now. That wheel does not want to go any more left. So tight conditions here. Looks like for McKellar, at least from the untrained eye. Still making a move. Robert Chiswick on the pit road right now. Has some damage to the right side. Not real sure what's going on here with him. No caution out on track, but man, just a pretty beat up right side. Uses that fast repair, going to get tires potentially. Doesn't look like it, so fast repair is going to be used right there and going to keep it going, but no yellow on the track. Mark Whitley still up front. A 3.2 second lead. Again, very solid so far. Very consistent. Let's take a lap on board his car. See how smooth Mark Whitley is around this place. Little loose off exit, but right now getting to turn one, looking pretty good. Takes a bit of a shallow entry. Turns it down, just smooth in that wheel. Looking really, really good so far. Down to turn 3 and 4. Just has that car locked down right now, looking very solid. Gonna come across the line here for lap 23. Great job. Zach Deutscher makes the pass around Donnie Honeycutt. Donnie Honeycutt looks like losing a couple spots. Wasn't P2, but right now on the outside of David Cassidy and Greg Wood, that car is not handling like he wants to. I'm losing a few spots right here. David Cassidy in just a second. Move to the outside line. Getting close for sure. Kyle Munson right now. A little further on back in P10. Battle on track here. Willie McKellar. Larry Eddy. Excuse me, Mark Koschek actually. Out in front. Past McKellar right there. You're starting to see it. A lot of moves. Tires are going to come into a roll right here. This is when tires, you're going to start to feel it. Are they going to break tight or break loose? And right now, you can see it. Middle driver's getting tight. Hold on to them. So far, a fantastic race. Caution free right now, lap 25. Halfway through stage number 1. Larry Eddy getting to the wall right there a little bit. Keeps it going. Good job right now. A little further on back into the field. Larry Blair, Jason Cavany trying to make some moves. Down low. Not quite enough. Mike Chamberlain going to get around now. Larry Blair on the outside. Jason Adams about to try and sneak in too here. What can he do on the outside? And now solid effort by Jason Adams making that move on lap 28. Again, this is towards the back of the field, so maybe some ill-handling cars or just not quite having the speed they want to today, but either way, hey, racing is all over the track. And every point matters, especially for stage one. And more importantly, the end of the race and playoff time, once we start getting into that. Close battle here up front for P5. David Cassidy, John Held. Making his first start of the season right now. John Held. Yellow flag is out. What has happened? Oh man, back at the field. We just covered these guys. Larry Blair, Mike Chamberlain. They were battling quite a while in the back of the pack, but man, right here, some big damage. We see a fender off on the inside of the track. Larry Blair involved, Mike Chamberlain. That debris is the back end of Mike Chamberlain right there, so unfortunate. First yellow flag of the day. Let's go back and take a look at what happened here. Yeah, we were just covering these guys. Okay, Mike Chamberlain maybe comes down a little bit to Jason Adams. Duguay right here gets into Larry Blair, trying to slow down into it. And then just both of them just get involved into that. We'll go back again, try and get an alternate angle. See if we can show you folks what actually might have happened here. But yeah, you can see Chamberlain kind of just comes down to Jason Adams a little bit. And then, man, Larry Blair trying to check up for that and slow it down. Unfortunately, right there, some major damage on the back end of Chamberlain, as well as Larry Blair here. Man. We'll definitely see some fast repairs being used here, but that is the caution. And right now, a lot of drivers choosing to come down pit road. Greg Wood right now down here as well. Going to lead them off. John Held coming down, so looks like the top maybe 3-4 cars stayed out. Everyone from about 5th on back came down pit road, so right now a lot of drivers picking those 4 tires. Smart move. Hey, stage 1 is only ending in about 18 laps once we go back green, so hey, you know what? Makes sense. Get those fresh tires, get to the front, steal some stage points if you don't think you can maybe win it based on normal strategy. And see what happens. So great idea for these guys. They'll set themselves up for potential stage points. So makes sense for sure. Right now, lap 32, we're going to go and take a quick break. Go and thank our channel sponsors. We'll come right back. All right, folks, we are back for the Virginia Shootout today for the Sim Racing Unleashed Xfinity Series. We are high above Richmond Speedway right now. Tell you what, this is a great facility. A lot of good times here so far. Lap 33, we are under our first caution of the day. Larry Blair and Mike Chamberlain getting involved with an incident on the backstretch. Right now, we're about 1 lap to go until green flag. About 17 laps to go until our first stage of the day, lap 50, and the only stage, keep in mind. So, hey, your chance to get points comes down to this one time. So right now, pace car lights will go off here in just a second. Mark Whitley so far has led every single lap. Has looked very, very good too. So what's the field have for him today? Obviously the early favorite. We have a lot of racing left to go though. We're going to go green with about 100 laps to go in the race. We talked about it earlier. This race will happen and finish very, very quickly. And right now, 35 laps down almost. It is go time for stage 1. Great job by these guys. Again, big thanks to our channel sponsors, Harpoon Design, and then Admin Box. Harpoon Design, actually the painter of Mark Whitley's car right here. That number 77. Lime green and black machine, love that. He's going to lead us down. Green flag in the air. Mark Whitley leads us off. Green flag. Back at Richmond. Another fantastic restart from Mark Whitley. But everybody else, double file. Craziness right here. Too wide all the way back. What do they have right now? Up front. Yellow flag is out again. What do we have here now? Don't see anybody off track. Uh-oh. Take a look at the old scoring system. Aha. William McKellar might be our culprit here. Let's take a look. William McKellar coming down. Ooh, uh-oh. Hits the apron into turn 4 and just spin a Rooney right there. Interesting how that brought out a caution. He was off the racing surface, so not real sure why that ignited iRacing to throw out the yellow. But hey, you know what? Either way, we are back under a yellow for our second time. Lucky for him, obviously, no damage to that car and keeps it going. And that Metroid number 75. So, hey, no harm, no foul, but second yellow of the day. And there it is. Hate to see it. But McKellar going to be turned around. Was already in the back, it looks like, so not a huge issue, I guess, for him, but again, still a long way to go. Lap 38, though. Going to go back green around lap 40, 41, so it'll be kind of a 9 or 10 lap shootout here for stage number 1. We'll see if anybody decides to pit right here. Does not look like to be the case. Again, these about 4 or 5 drivers here in the front. Whitley, Deutscher, Honeycutt, Cassidy, I believe, were the 4 who did not pit under that last time by. So they're going to have older tires than the guys behind them. So really, this helps them for this first stage. We'll see how this plays out, obviously. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes. And man, so far, a fantastic race. These cautions are going to happen. Short track racing, it's going to heat up, especially in stage number 2. So we'll see how that goes for sure. But hey, right now, a lot going on. So a quick update on a couple drivers. Right now, Mike Chamberlain, they brought up the first caution. Looks like his car right here looking pretty good. Yeah, that back end's back on that car. Actually, not quite. Has some damage there, so might have repaired the car, not necessarily used the fast repair, which is smart. You don't want to use the fast repair too early, and then, you know, maybe ruin a potential late race caution or whatnot if you're involved in that. So, smart move there. Larry Blair also involved in that. Looks like he might have actually used that fast repair because that back end was removed. So that fast repair is no longer an option for him. Later in the race, Chiswick again out of the race right now. We saw him coming down pit road, but then right now not on track currently. So some issues there for him. So yeah, a couple drivers having some issues today for sure. Right now so far looking pretty good. Majority of the field. And back up front, Mark Whitley leads us off. Pace car lights are off, so we're going to go back green here with about 8 laps to go, excuse me, in stage number 1. So can these guys who didn't pit hold off the guys in the back about row 3 with newer tires? We're going to find out pretty quick here. This thing stays green. We'll find out exactly what they can do. But Mark Whitley going to lead us off here. Either way, here we go. Alternate starting camera angle today. Mark Whitley, big jump off the line. We're back green here for the Virginia Shootout at Richmond. You can see them all fan out right here. A lot of cars, double file, down into turn one. Have a great job. Greg Wood really trying what he can. Hits the wall on the outside. Oh, big move right here. 29. Big wreck. 33 just dives into it. Third caution of the night. Man, that 29. Paul Witt. Maybe had some issues right there. Unfortunate. Third caution. And things are starting to get just unravel here in Richmond. We'll go back to it. That 33 looks like he almost tried to slam in the brakes to avoid it, but actually just slid through. You can see the front end damage of that 33. Not good. See if we can go back real quick and get a recap. So Paul Witt, that 29, yeah, that 22 of Chris Pfaff. Man, oh man. Go back just a bit further back. It looks like we want to cover it from turns 1 and 2. Yeah, you can see it. So right now, the 29 is down low to that 22 again of Chris Pfaff. And oh, actually, okay, this is on Chris Pfaff. So Chris and that 22 car right there comes down into the 22 or 29, excuse me, and then man just keeps it going. Unfortunate right there. We're not real sure what the 33 was doing here. We'll go back again and kind of right on board Mark Koshik. So here he is right here. We'll play it in real time. Sees the contact right there. Oh, gets punted by the 57. Man. Yeah, Jeff Gilmore right there just has nowhere to really go and just gets right in the way. So unfortunate, man. That's what these things happen sometimes, and that right there is no good. Yeah, real time right here. Man. Adding insult to injury, unfortunately, but hey, third caution of the day. We are under it right now. 29 came on down pit road. Paul Witt used that fast repair. It would look like Chris Pfaff back in the field. Looks like he might be given that EOL for the caution. So that could be the reasoning for him being back there right now. Mark Koshik also involved. Again, that fast repair definitely being used for that car. So we are back rolling here on lap 46. Don't believe that'll be the stage end. We still have some racing left to go. Might be a couple laps to go here, but that pace car still has those lights on top of the car, so we are not done yet, folks, for stage number 1. It's not going to be that easy for Mark Whitley, but hey, again, we talked about it last caution. This helps him. Zach Deutscher, David Cassidy, these guys who didn't take tires. Assuming this race goes green to the scheduled end of the stage, this is going to be great for them. But at the same time, on the opposite end, the drivers in that, row 3, 4, 5 who didn't, or who took tires after that first caution, they haven't really raced long enough to have those tires wear out at all. So they're going to be out front in this first stage, assuming they don't pit. Hey, come down pit road. You take no tires, just top it off on fuel, and off you go. That could be a scenario here. But right now, Mark Whitley going to be leading us off. Green flag in the air. Great job. 3 wide right here. Turns 1 and 2. Kyle Munson on the middle. What can he do right here? Let's it go. Some blocking right here. Jason Cavany. And the number 10, Cliff Ashley. Holding on strong. We are 1 lap to go until stage 1 ends. Hard racing all over the track. You want to get to that top 10. Fresh tires versus old tires. You see it right here. David Cassidy. Whoa, 3, almost 4 wide here. Turn 4. Greg Wood on the inside. We're about to be 4 wide here at Richmond. 3 wide. Big wreck. 3 stacks up. Everyone keeps it going. Unbelievable job right there by these drivers. Awesome job. Zach Deutscher, comes down pit road. Maybe an issue, maybe some early cautions, but hey, right here, Mark Whitley on lap 51. Man, oh man. Craziness to end this stage. And there's the yellow. The yellow came out a bit late, I presume, but hey, you know what? At the end of the day, Mark Whitley going to be leading us off, and he will be your stage 1 winner. Incredible job there by Mark Whitley, but man, that was a lot going on further back in the field. We saw it. Fresh tires versus old tires. David Cassidy squeezed his way to P2, and then Greg Wood came down, finished P3. Tyler Honeycutt, awesome run for him as well. 4th place, and then Kyle Munson 5th. Awesome jobber there. But close, close, close. 3 wide in turns 3 and 4. That could have been easily another caution. But instead, everyone holds on to it. Zach Deutscher, again, he was one of the guys, we saw him right before the yellow came out, came down to pit road. So does he stay here? Does he come back down? He does come back down. So I'm not sure what that strategy was. Maybe tried to pull a fast one, pitting before the yellow came out, but looks like it might not have worked, or maybe he was given the black flag. But either way, he is not going to be out in front. Greg Wood right now holding on to that lead. Like we talked about it at the end of that last yellow. If you took tires, you're not going to necessarily have enough time to wear them out because of all those cautions there at the end of stage 1. So right here, Greg Wood going to stay out. Larry Yeti in P2. William McKellar in P3. Paul Witt P4 and Gary Cottle in P5. So awesome job by these guys. A lot of drivers choosing to get that strategy. So we'll definitely see how that plays out in a second. Right now, folks, we're going to go thank our channel sponsors. We'll come right back and we'll ring up Mark Whitley, talk to him for stage 1. Be right back. All right, folks, we are back with Mark Whitley, a stage 1 winner in that number 77 Harpoon Design Racing Machine team. Hey, man, looking good today. How you going so far today in that number 1 spot?
Going pretty good. Just trying to save tires. It's been a while since I've driven this car, so just trying to get back used to how it drives. I pushed it a tiny bit too far and just kind of clipped the wall on one of those last restarts. But, you know, it's been fun to get back in it. This car is, I really like it. I wish NASCAR would just switch this to the Cup car, but, you know, it's nice being out here again in this car.
Love that, man. Hey, how you going to do stage 2? I mean, obviously it's a long time. Fresh tires in front of you. I mean, a lot of strategy playing. Good luck rest of the way, man.
Yeah, sounds good. Just going to try to take it easy and pick them off one at a time if I can.
Yes, sir. Love to hear it, man. Good luck rest of the way.
Thank you.
There he is, Mark Whitley, stage 1 winner, looking pretty good today so far. What does he have for this field? Pace car lights are off. Greg Wood going to be leading us off here for stage number 2. No other stages, so from now on, it is to the race end. There are no more scheduled stages or yellows, so this is going to be it. Can Mark Whitley get to the front? He's starting off in row number 3. But again, in front, these drivers have that position. Should be a great time right here. Gonna go back green. Greg Wood gonna be leading us off. Barney the Flag Man has the green flag in the air. We are back live for the Virginia Shootout. Greg Wood, a fantastic restart on the inside, dives down low. Man, that 75 almost caught the middle right there, couldn't quite get it. Donnie Honeycutt having an issue right now coming down on pit road. Losing some spots. Greg Wood about to get passed here by Paul Witt. On the inside, makes it happen. Mark Whitley though, he is right there. Watch out for him. Mark Whitley, obviously a dominant performance so far. Already in P2 on those fresh tires. Can Paul Witt hold him off at all? Greg Wood continuing to lose some spots here. David Cassidy about to pass me for P3. Further on back, Larietti. But back up front, Mark Whitley making short work. Going to lead that lap of lap 60. But still to make this pass. Paul Witt couldn't quite get the exit he wanted. Tries to still stick it up there, but Mark Whitley is clear. And he's going to resume the lead here for the Virginia Shootout. Great effort here by Mark Whitley. Looking very strong. Further back, almost 3 wide right there for a second. Great job by these guys. Single file throughout the field as we go further back. But up front, Mark Whitley. And single file all the way through. These drivers know that this remaining of this race is going to be a long time. Green flag means you got to save those tires, so don't try and get too racy now. You have to hold on to it. But in the meantime, right now, folks, we're going to hit one of our favorite segments. Bring the Noise, sponsored by Harpoon Design. Let's get it. Man, the Bring the Noise curse hits again. Right when we go to it, the yellow flag comes out. Unfortunate. Right now, it looks like our 5th caution of the day, 4th for incident. It's going to happen right here. Mike Chamberlain looks pretty well beat up. Let's go back and see if we can find out what actually happened here. Not good. Oh man, Jason Cavaney right here gets shook out of turn 4. Right in the back of that field. Yellow flag comes out for that reason right there, but let's go back a little further and see if we can figure out what might have happened here, because I believe Cavaney might have been in shambles for quite a bit. Let's take a look. Turns 3 and 4 right here. This is the lap prior. Gets real loose. Oh man. Into the grass, down pit. Oh, into the wall, pit road wall. Keeps it going. Recovers the best he can right there. And then, man, has a clean backstretch, but then, man, right here, turn 3 and 4. Looks good there. So I guess next lap is where he has the issues. Three wide right here. We're going to just recap his entire 2 laps right here. And then it comes down, turns 3. I mean, yeah, just unfortunate. Next lap just gets loose. You can tell. It doesn't get punted, it would look like. And man, just hard into that wall. So a couple lap stretch right there for Jason Cavani. Not looking too good. That front end looking pretty beat up. Oh man, and you can see the engine smoke right there. So that car is done. Again, unless he has that fast repair to keep going. But under our 5th caution of the day, again, high above Richmond International Speedway for the Virginia Shootout for the Sim Racing Unleashed Xfinity Series. This series so far has gotten really, really good. Very competitive these first couple of races. And right now, our 3rd race of the season, getting heated up on lap 68. Up front, Mark Whitley again. Use those fresh tires to get back to that front. Again, pace car lights are still on. So we're going to take a quick break, folks. Go and thank our sponsors. We'll come right back. All right, folks, big thanks. So again, Admin Box and Harpoon Design. Admin Box, I'll tell you what, if you need any kind of race control, button box or whatnot, go and check them out. They are great. Tell you what, we use them for multiple leagues on our end over here, and they are fantastic, very reliable, and definitely something you need for sure for your league yourself. Right now, Mark Whitley going to be leading us off onto lap 70. 65 laps to go here for the Virginia Shootout. Gets a great restart. Some checkups in the back. But we are back green. Great effort right there. Takes a great lead to P1. But then further back, we are 2 wide. Everyone fighting for position right here. Again, so far, most of these yellows have come back from the back of the pack, so we'll watch them for sure. Jim Kumsberger getting passed here on the outside by John Held. We saw John Held having some speed early in the race, as well as Greg Wood, so they're trying to get back to the front. Larry Blair from earlier incidents, trying to get back again and regain. Right now in P14, a solid effort right now by Larry Blair. Taking a look right now, Chiswick, a couple of updates again. Robert Chiswick out of the race. Zach Deuscher, unfortunately, out of the race as well. Last week's winner. No update, unfortunately, on him, but looks like he came down pit road and just maybe that was it. So right now we'll try and get some storylines for that, but Zach Deuscher is out of the race. Jason Cavani as well, having some issues. Mike Chamberlain. Donnie Honeycutt. A lot of early favorites entering this race are unfortunately out. But a little further back, very, very impressive runs by a couple of the drivers who, this is their first race. Paul Witt in at 29. Tyler Honeycutt looking very, very good. His father, Donnie Honeycutt, right now in 22nd, actually, so 2 laps down. A couple more yellows, and he'll be right back into the thick of things. Mark Koshik 1 lap down, so he is in that lucky dog spot if a yellow were to come out, involved in that earlier incident back in stage 1, but that car looking pretty good right now. So a lot going on still. Long race to go. Back up front, this is where all the action is. You can see it. Everyone just trying to bide their time. Again, right now, it's still about 60 laps to go. If this thing stays green, that's a long time to hold on to these tires. Further back, Terry Duguay and Jason Adams fighting here to stay into that top 20. Doing a pretty good job. Mark Whitley, though, is just absolutely setting sail. Right now, it's a 6/10 of the leads right now against David Cassidy. What does he have for this field? Can he come out here and win in his third, in the SRU, third race of the season so far? Might just be stage 1 winner as well. Looking very, very dominant. David Cassidy in P2. Love the patina on that car, the number 17. Has had good runs this season. Top 3 at Daytona. You love to see that, and right now, looking very solid in P2. Tyler Honeycutt, though, comes into this league and just immediately starts to do really, really well in that number 3 spot. That number 1 machine looks very good today so far for a top 5 effort. Greg Wood led some laps earlier, but unfortunately, those slightly older tires just couldn't hold on to him for that lead. And John Held also looking really, really strong today so far as well. Showed speed earlier. Gonna get back up there. Jim Kolmsberger under fire here by Paul Witt. We haven't really seen this track really trying to be a 2-lane track. You can see it work on restarts, but on a long green flag run, the outside lane's really not just being used as much. Paul Witt using the outside line here. I'm guessing not under his own will, but getting passed by a few drivers right now. Cliff Ashley making that move around the inside. Oh, hold on, gets cleared, but gets loose on exit. Has to hold on to it. Doesn't lose a lot of track position. Strong run right there for sure. William McKellar, these drivers, they're fighting here. Top 10 positions. This is where the points are at the end of this race. What a great effort here by these boys. Driving, oh man, 75, gonna try and sneak it in middle, but decides better of it. Backs out. Probably the smart move right there. Don't want to cause a caution. Lap 85, 50 laps to go here at Richmond. 57 squeezes up a bit. So far, pretty good. Right now, close battles all over the track. Back up front, Tyler Honeycutt holding on to that P3. Greg Wood trying to make it happen. You can tell I'm running a little higher up the track, get that cleaner air. So far, not making it work, but Paul Witt again on the outside lane. He's actually making it work. He's getting passed by a couple of drivers, but he's getting a great exit here off of turns 3. You'll see it here in the cockpit. Also downshifting, very, very interesting. You don't see a lot of drivers, and maybe this is just my inexperience, but not a lot of drivers in the Xfinity cars downshifting. Right now we're seeing that. Trying to maximize their lap time and just make it feel better. But hey, downshifting may burn your tires up. So while this might work somewhat now for Paul Witt, Gotta be careful because later on in this race, if we stay green, that could hurt his long run speed. So we'll see how that works out later in the race. Chris Pfaff back up to 13th place. Again, according to our sources, was put to the back of the field for that incident, that stage 1 incident right there, causing a caution. Right now, back up that 22 car, back up to 13th place. Making a good effort here right now. Love that paint scheme. Now the Automotive looking very, very good. Don't count them out yet. A lot of laps still have to go. But right here, big battles right here. Larry Eddy, Kyle Munson. You're going to start to see this as tires start to wear out. Oh, Larry Eddy squeezes in. And Kyle Munson almost got into the back of him. That left rear is so... Oh, man, it's just so vulnerable. Larry Eddy trying to sneak in. You can side draft it, but side drafting can also just be really sketchy. As if you hit that left rear, man, that car in front is going to go right around. And right now, a great job by these guys. Up front, nothing's changed. David Cassidy in P2, but man, 4 seconds back. So Mark Willey has turned up the oven just a bit, and he is just gonzo in that number 77 Harpoon Design Racing Team machine. What a great job right there. David Cassidy, again, P number 2. Awesome, awesome effort. Greg Wood here, about to get passed here by 72 of John Held. He might make it work here. We're going to... There we go. Look at this. Greg Wood. I can promise you none of these cars right now are driving beautifully. It's just a matter of how can you save your tires and how to make it work. Be efficient about it. This battle is raging on. The number 10 right behind, Cliff Ashley. He sees this and he's loving it. Oh! Greg Wood gets into the wall right there a little bit. Gonna maybe complete the pass here to turn 4. Into turn 1. Not gonna quite get it. But a great job nonetheless there for Greg Wood. Fighting further back, you can see it right here as well. McKellar. Larry Eddy. Ooh, Larry, hold on to it, buddy. Went way up high right there. A great job. Everyone in the back. Again, we'll show off that 20th through 26th place. A couple of drivers out of the race right now. Kolmsberger getting passed here by McKellar. You're starting to see it. Lap 97. We're only about 40 laps away. A little under 40 laps to go. Man, McKellar gets a little loose right there. On the inside of Kolmsberger. Has to give it up. Larry Eddy as well. Larry Eddy has a hand for it now, I've got a feeling. Let's take a look on board. Man, 3 wide almost. They want to wreck. Larry Eddy, hold on to it, man. Woo! Drove it in real deep. He wants to pass these guys so bad, but just might not have the tires. We're going to hold on to this battle right here. These guys are all over the place. Chris Pfaff in the middle trying to make that work and stick, and doesn't. My, oh my. High above from the drone cam right here. Great shot of this battle. Lap 100, folks. So we are 35 laps away from the end of this Richmond race. Larry Eddy in the middle line. Somehow making it work. Chris Pfaff. Oh, Chris Pfaff, hold on to it. Oh, smacks the wall hard on the inside of turn 3. Not good. Again, you could tell everyone was just fighting so hard. What a great job. Back up front. Big battles right here. For about P3 and P4. Oh, man. Kyle Munson, I believe. Tyler Honeycutt, excuse me. Just absolutely doors Cliff Ashley. And keeps it going. You can see the right side damage to that car, but that was tough. Tell you what, short track racing, this is it, folks. Beating the banging, using that chrome horn. But still, Cliff Ashley gets around Tyler Honeycutt. We're getting into a long stretch here, maybe holding on to those tires for Cliff Ashley. Doing a great job on that long run. Greg Wood right now in P2, but man, 8 seconds back from Mark Whitley. Mark Whitley is on a whole other backstretch right here. Looking very, very strong right here. Greg Wood in P2, Cliff Ashley, 3rd place. Tyler Honeycutt right here. Might be losing one more spot to John Held. John has the inside lane. Not going to quite get it just yet. Maybe down here into turn 1. You're seeing it right here. John Held on the inside. Can't quite get it done. And Tyler Honeycutt in the number 1 machine. Looking pretty strong on the outside. Going to get a good run here. Might have it. Tough battles. Nobody wants to give it up. 28 laps to go today. All kinds of racing going on right now. Chris Pfaff further on back. Right now in 15th place. Not where he wants to be, but Gary Cottle as well. Terry Duguay, Larry Blair. I'll have to go a lap down right now to Mark Whitley. Mark Whitley is catching the back end of this pack. Right now, as Mark Whitley is passing these lap down cars, yellow flag is in the air. Hold on, Mark Whitley has crashed. The leader. Oh no. Engine blown, looks like, or at least very well torn up. What happened? Man, we just turned off the camera of Mark Whitley. We saw him passing lap down cars, so we didn't expect any trouble, but oh no. Man, oh man. Again, Mark Whitley will have that fast repair, but the leader, 8-second lead, is erased. I can tell you right now, that is a very, very hot Mark Whitley. Let's go and take a look at what actually happened here. For the race day replay. So Mark right here gets around Larry Blair. We saw that live. Right about here, we cut the camera. Terry Duguay, oh no. Oh no. You hate to see it, folks, but right now, Mark Whitley, looks like Terry Duguay, can't quite tell if Mark thought he was cleared or if Duguay was just came down, but that is a heartbreak for our race leader. We'll definitely watch from the onboard of Terry Duguay and see if we can just kind of figure out what might have happened here. Tell Terry's side of the story here for sure. So there's Mark Whitley right there. We're going to ride on board Terry Duguay. Comes up, gets super tight. That car is really, really tight. Comes down. Yeah, oh man. That, yeah, I mean, man, you just hate to see it, right? I mean, there's no... That's just tough. I mean, I'm not here to speculate, but I mean, for me, it's a, I don't know, it's a combination of maybe, you know, Mark really doesn't know he's clear just yet, but also that 14 of Terry Duguay just kind of turns left, maybe not thinking Mark is there. That's a tough call. I definitely wouldn't want to be race control or whatnot, but hey, all I can do is show you the replay and we move on. But right now, either way, Mark Whitley going to be in P4. Again, has the faster pair. We know he's fast enough to get back to the front. We've already seen it once this race. And I am not too sure we're going to worry about him getting right back to the front. But either way, tough break. Rest of the field, though, that brings everybody close together with 24 laps to go. And Greg Wood going to be leading this race. Everyone obviously came down for tires and fuel. So, hey, this is going to be it. 23, 22 lap shootout for the end. This is going to be everything right here. Pace car lights are off. We'll take a quick break, folks, before we go back green. We'll come right back. All right, folks, here we go. Greg Wood leading us off. Green flag is in the air for the rest of the Virginia shootout. We are green. Greg Wood, an amazing restart right here. On lap, or 22 laps to go. Back of the field. This is time to go. Do not hold back. Cliff Ashley having a great race so far in P2. Can he hold on to it? Can he catch Greg Wood right now? You can see it. Ooh, gets loose, Cliff Ashley. He's going to have that room. Mark Whitley going to get right around him. Mark Whitley not playing the game right now. He is motivated to get back to the front. Oh, but David Cassidy gets turned by Tyler Honeycutt. Yellow flag is out. 7th caution of the race. 6th for incident. David Cassidy, man, having such a great run. Looks like gets turned on the backstretch. I believe by Tyler Honeycutt. We'll go back and take a look, but man, oh man, you hate to see that. Multiple drivers here having great runs, but having some unfortunate incidences, and this being another one. So let's go back and take a look. Hate to see it. I mean, yeah, you can see David Cassidy just comes up a little bit into Honeycutt and just gets turned around. We saw this before earlier in the race. We'll go back just a little further back, see if we can paint the whole picture here. Cassidy. Yeah, this is the restart right here. Comes down. You can see Tyler on the outside. Take a look here. It's tough to say. You can see Tyler coming down a little bit. David might come up just a hair, but at least from our angles, it looks like maybe Tyler comes down just a little bit too much and just collects Cassidy. But again, either way, a tough break, tough racing. Hey, at the end of the day, this is short track racing with Sim Racing Unleashed, Xfinity Series, and anything can happen. Greg Wood, though, going to be leading us off still. Hold on to that lead, but a hard-charging Mark Whitley is right behind him in at number 77, so watch out for him on these restarts. We saw Greg Wood had a great restart there, that last restart, but just couldn't quite make it stick. We saw Cliff Ashley catch up pretty quick there, so we'll see what Greg Wood has here in the tank. Up his sleeve here to hold off Mark Whitley, but right now, 18 laps to go. We'll go back green with about 16 laps to go, give or take. So this could be definitely interesting for sure to see how this ends up wrapping up. But right now, a quick update for these drivers as we're under this yellow. So again, a couple of drivers out of the race: Robert Chiswick, Zach Deutscher, Jason Cavaney, Mike Chamberlain. Those 4 out of the race right now, unfortunately. John O'Brien in the number 8 has kind of struggled today, honestly, been in the back of the pack for most of the time, but hey, has held on to that car, fender's still on it. So hey, that's definitely something to be proud of. You love to see that right there for John. Right now in 22nd, but 2 laps down. Larry Blair also 2 laps down, had to use that fast repair earlier on in the race, but has since kept it clean. So again, solid job right there. And then Donnie Honeycutt back on the lead lap. Was 2 laps down, I believe, at one point earlier in the race at the end of stage 1, and right now has made his way back onto the lead lap. So a great job right there. What can he have for this field? Again, he showed some speed earlier in the race. And right now, back onto that lead lap, and that Cabela's number 21. So I think this is a shot. We could see Donnie get right back to that front from 20th place. David Cassidy just involved on that last wreck right there. Use the fast repair, so he's good to go, but can he climb through the field? That's the question. And all these drivers right now having some issues. Tough battles, close racing. But hey, we are about 15 laps away from figuring out who's going to win this race. Greg Wood, Mark Whitley, or somebody else. Who do you got, folks? This could be anyone's race. Again, short track racing. You just never know what can happen. And here we go. Green flag about to be in the air. We are off again for the Virginia Shootout. Greg Wood gets a great start here on the outside, but Mark Whitley going to send it in. Way down low. Makes it stick. Hold on now. John Held getting collabored. Makes it work. Greg Wood on the outside. Can he complete the pass? Mark Whitley gets a great exit out of turn 4, but down into turn 1. Makes it stick. And Mark Whitley going to make it happen. Oh, Greg Wood crossover move. Can't quite make that work. That was close. Could have turned Mark right there, but Mark Whitley going to be leading us off. 14 laps to go. And Mark Whitley back to the front. A little further back, Larry Eddy is drifting through these corners right now. Man, oh man. Somehow making it work, dominating these corners. Right behind him, McKellar. Jeff Gilmore right there, just saw him getting wiggly. Yellow flag out again. Oh, man. Terry Duguay. Gary Cottle. Uh-oh. John O'Brien involved. Again, John O'Brien's 2 laps down. Just talked about it, man. Having a good race. Not the fastest, but, man, held on to those fenders. But right now, it's that is not quite the case. We'll go back and take a look here involving Terry Duguay and John O'Brien. Man, oh man. So Terry Duguay at the bottom of your screen is really, he's way down here. Not sure what's going on with Terry Duguay there. Whoa. Terry. Okay. Interesting. So Terry Duguay is on the lead lap. John O'Brien's 2 laps down. Something tells me we're not seeing the full story here. Let's ride on board Terry Duguay. Oh, man. This explains right here why he's way down low. We'll go back a little further back. Got a funny feeling I think I might know what happened here. So you're going to see it Terry Duguay in that 14. That 27 right there of Dwayne Honeycutt. Oh, Terry, never mind. Terry just gets loose. I thought maybe Dwayne Honeycutt maybe just hit him a little bit, but that 14, that's right on board now. Wow. Yeah, just, man, just not real sure what happened there. Tough break. But Terry Duguay getting involved with John O'Brien. Tough break for these drivers. I mean, obviously they'll be back further back in the pack. John O'Brien 2 laps down, struggling for the most part in this race, but kind of an innocent bystander there. Hate to see it, but use that faster pair, it looks like, and he's still good to go, so no harm, no foul for him. Either way, back up front, 9 laps to go here. 8th caution of the day. Again, this is the 7th caution for incident. We had the 1 caution earlier for stage 1, so 7 cautions today on the day. Mark Whitley back up front. Pace car light still on, so we'll have about an 8-lap shootout here, assuming we go green next time by. So this could be, this is it. I mean, again, short track racing late in the race, cautions breed cautions, so we do get those 2 green, white, checkered flag finishes. So what kind of race will we see towards the end of this thing? Could definitely be pretty intense. Right now, it is shaping up to be anything but calm right now. But Mark Whitley going to be choosing the outside lane right here. Greg Wood down low. It's go time, folks. Here on Race Day Live. This is 8 laps to go for Mark Whitley, Greg Wood. Pace car lights are off. It comes down to this. Who can hold on to this, get the win? Does Greg Wood have anything for Mark Whitley? Will we see that one more yellow? The intensity is rising. The heat is there. And right now, green flag in the air. Mark Whitley, great restart. Greg Wood changes lanes on the beginning of the restart. That might be a penalty. We'll follow that storyline as we go, but Mark Whitley still up front. Great job right there for Mark Whitley. Incredible jump right there. Greg Wood in P2. Tyler Honeycutt on the inside of Paul Witt. What do these boys have? 6 laps to go. This is everything right here. All these positions matter. Points matter. At 29 on the outside, Jeff Gilmore and Paul Witt trying to squeeze in here to Larietti. Great job right there. Kalmsberger. What a great backup run right here. Into P6. Did not have a P6 car all day. Has made his way back to the front. Awesome job. Larietti, hold on to it. Spins into the front stretch. Keeps it going. We're under green still. No yellow. Mark Whitley is setting sail right here at the front. What a great job by Mark Whitley. Had to come through some adversity. And right now, 4 laps to go. Coming to 3 laps to go here for Mark Whitley for the Virginia Shootout for the SRU Xfinity Series. Awesome job right here. It comes down to this. Ooh, look at this. 29. Getting into Tyler Honeycutt. This is where the action is, folks, right here. We're going to watch this battle. All 4 positions. 2 laps to go here today from Richmond. Man, 2 by 2 by 2. 29 just plows into the back of the 57. Keeps it going. Oh, Jason Adams almost gets turned right there. Keeps it going. My, oh my, big wrecks right here, but no yellows in sight. Mark Whitley takes the white flag. And that will be it. Close battle here by John Held and Kyle Munson for that third spot, but Mark Whitley, it all comes down to him. Comes out of turn 4. Mark Whitley going to be your winner here today from Richmond. An incredible run right there by Mark Whitley. Had to get through a lot, led the most laps, looked so good today, and gets the win. Awesome job. Greg Wood comes in P2. Another solid effort. Kyle Munson ends up holding off John Held right there for P3. A fantastic job right there for Kyle Munson. John Held P4. And then Cliff Ashley in P5. So a lot of good jobs by these drivers here today. Paul Musburger, 6th place. Tyler Honeycutt, P7. Great debut for a lot of these drivers. Gilmore, P8. Cassidy, 9th. Chris Pfaff in 10th. But Mark Whitley, burn it down, man. There he is, Mark Whitley. He came into this race with one goal in mind, and that was to win this race and be dominant. And he did just that. Incredible job here from Mark Whitley. Here from Richmond. Big win. 3 races, 3 different winners here today for the Sim Racing Unleashed Xfinity Series. Folks, we're going to come right back. We'll talk to Mark in our top 3. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we are back with our P3 today. Kyle Munson, an incredible run today for you, man. Hey, talk us through your race, how you did it, and man, awesome run today for you.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. So, car was really good on long runs. Yeah, we had a couple of cautions there, and I couldn't really fire off early. So I was happy to get the long run and have the long run speed, and yeah, car just worked really good. You know, at the end there, we had a couple quick cautions, and just able to kind of send it down in there at the end there, and got lucky. So yeah, happy to get P3.
Yeah, man, honestly, an incredible job right there. To your point, a lot of yellows, but hey, short track racing, that can happen for sure. Give us your shout outs, man. Any sponsors you might have, friends and family, what do you got?
Yeah, appreciate all the support from my sponsors, TLR, Horizon Hobbies, Spectrum RC, Phantom Racing, J Concepts. Let's see, we got SXT, just everybody that helps support us. So appreciate everybody.
Yes, sir. Awesome job, man. We'll see you next week. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, folks, that right there is Kyle Munson, P3. Awesome job right there for him in that number 40 machine, looking great. P2 going to be Greg Wood right here. Let's bring him in. Greg Wood finishing P2. Again, another solid effort by Greg Wood, man. Hey, thanks for joining us. Obviously, a great job today, P2. I mean, hey, Mark Whitley just had a lot in the tank there, but for you, a great run. How'd you do it?
Mark Whitley always has a lot in the tank every race. We're always chasing that guy. He's like a robot. But, I mean, it wasn't bad. A couple iffy restarts here and there. Car was loose on entry, tight on exit, so I just started backing turns up, letting the car settle, trying to save a little bit of tire, but me trying to save tire, the guys behind me aren't, so you get ran over, so you're kind of forced to kind of run hard, but
yeah,
all in all, it was a good race.
Yes, sir, man. Love to see that. Obviously, a great effort by you. Hey, give us a shout-outs, man. Any sponsors, any friends and family? What do you got?
The only sponsor is myself. I do iRacing paints and everything. Rap Surgeon on Facebook. hit me up if you need your iRacing paint done, flyers, banners, anything like that. So, yeah, that's it. And thank you for putting on a great broadcast, sir.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Hey, we'll see you next week, man. Go and celebrate. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
All right, folks, that's Greg Wood. P2 positioning right there. Awesome job by that number 67. Fantastic job. But hey, man of the hour, we talked to him earlier in the race for the stage 1 win. But hey, here he is, Mark Whitley, back again. Mark, you got me.
I gotcha.
Hey, we talked to you at stage 1. You looked really good. Then hey, it kind of got crazy after that. Led a bunch of laps, and then had the incident with Terry Duguay late in the race, but recovered obviously quite well. Explain to us how your race went.
It went really good. We had a pretty good short run and long run pace, and it was just trying to work through traffic there. And I went really low, trying to just give lap cars all the room I could going into 3 that one time, and it just got. I felt like I was driving a dump truck off of 4, and I just kind of turned myself across the other guy's bumper, and that was all me. I was trying to give them extra room, and the car didn't like it on those old tires, and thankfully we got a fast repair in this league. That's the only thing that saved me, and I was able to kind of get it back going, and only lost a few spots. Came down pit road, got some new Goodyear Eagles bolted on it, and just kind of went after it again, and we just resharded on the outside and was able to. We were able to get a good jump on the restart, get through it, and then we had another quick caution, and we refarted on that one. Got a pretty good jump on it. Was able to dive it underneath and just kind of take the position, and got a little crazy because it got real tight when I tried to clear him for the lead there, and thankfully he cut me a little break, and he tried to do the cross under, and we just had enough run off the corner, and we just kind of hit our marks. And when we had that one last little restart, then we just kind of rolled with it, and that's all she wrote.
Yes, sir, it is, man. Hey, congratulations again. To your point, that pit stop, I mean, hey, you had the incident, but then everybody else needed to pit as well, so it kind of just worked out. You restarted P4 and then kept it going. So congrats again. Big shout out to you for that win today in Richmond. Hey, talk to us real quick. Any sponsors, friends, family? What do you have?
Yeah, big shout out Brantley. He putting together, had to tweak up this paint scheme real quick. I haven't run it in a while, but had to just tweak it a little bit before we got in here, make sure everything looked good on it, and appreciate all the hard work he does for spotting. Even when I make boneheaded mistakes, like taking myself out like that, he just kind of hits me on, he kind of reaches to the mic, hits me on top of the head, and says, "All right, now go make up for it." So appreciate him being on the spotter stand and doing all the paints for us. And a big shout out to Daryl. He was also helping us, calling out wrecks and stuff. Appreciate him, all the work they put in. They don't really need to be out here, helping me, and they decide to. So I really appreciate it. Then shout out to my family tuning in these broadcast races. I appreciate them. And this league, I know this is the first race I've run here. Probably I'm not going to just run every now and then whenever Larry says, "Hey, come over here and run these guys," and I'm like, might as well. It's Richmond's one of my favorite tracks, so I'm just glad to be over here. This league's pretty good. Now there was some some incidents earlier in the race, but I think this league's pretty good, and it's just growing from here. It's nice to see, and hopefully we'll be back at some point this season.
Yes, sir, man. Love to hear that. Congrats again, P1. Go celebrate. We'll catch you next time you're in the track, man. Congrats.
Sounds good. Hey, I'm expecting some really cool pictures again, by the way.
All right, they're coming.
All right, later.
All right, there he is, Mark Whitley. Love to see that P1 again. Obviously, if you watched our ASRA Cup Series on Tuesdays, you would see him over there too. Was Season 4 champion back over there, so he is just winning all over the place in any car he drives. So love to see that. But Mark Whitley going to be your winner today. Love that. A fantastic race. Obviously, very, very filled with just multiple cautions, obviously. But hey, you know what? That's short track racing. These things can happen. Love to see it though. Big time fun today. Race number 3. We said it earlier. 3rd race and 3rd different winner. Tell you what, this Sim Racing Unleashed Xfinity Series is heating up. This is the series you want to be a part of and watch. So folks, we thank you so much for all the support, all the likes, all the subs. We're getting closer and closer to 500 subscriptions. And once we get to that, that'll be a lot of fun. A lot of things will open up for us, so we appreciate the likes and all that. It actually goes it goes pretty far. So we appreciate you folks for that. But hey, again, this is Steve. This is Race Day Live. We'll come back to you next week for some more racing here for the Sim Racing Unleashed Xfinity Series. Join us next Tuesday as well for the Asteroid Cup Series. Next gen cars on Twin Ring Motegi, the Oval. We're going across the pond here, so a lot of fun over there. We'll see you next week. Have a great night.